Istanbul was quiet after midnight, but never empty. Lights reflected on the Bosphorus like moving shadows. The city breathed slowly, hiding secrets under stone. Old walls remembered blood, prayers, and silent screams. Few people knew what truly lived in the darkness. Alina walked alone near the Galata Tower. She liked the city at night, calm and honest. The noise was gone, but the city was awake. She felt watched, but not by human eyes. The wind became colder as she stopped walking. Footsteps echoed behind her, slow and controlled. She turned and saw a tall man in a dark coat. His face was pale, calm, and strangely familiar. "You should not be here alone," he said softly. His voice was deep, carrying the weight of years. Alina did not scream, but her heart raced fast. "Istanbul is dangerous at night," she replied. The man smiled slightly, without warmth or threat. "My name is Vladimir Nocturne," he said quietly. "I have walked these streets longer than you think." Alina studied his eyes under the streetlight. They were not cruel, but filled with sadness. "Who are you really?" she asked carefully. Vladimir looked toward the Bosphorus in silence. "I was human once," he said after a pause. "This city changed me, and I never left. I protect it from darker things than myself." Before Alina could speak, the air shifted. The shadows near the tower moved unnaturally. A woman stepped forward from total darkness. Her presence felt heavy, powerful, and ancient. Her eyes glowed red like burning embers. Her long black coat moved like living smoke. She looked at Vladimir with cold anger. "You break the ancient laws again," she said. Alina stepped back, feeling pure fear now. Vladimir stood between them without hesitation. "This human means nothing to you," the woman said, "but she means everything to your weakness." "My name is Serafina Bloodveil," she continued, "and war is coming to this city." The ground trembled deep under Istanbul streets. From far below, metal chains began to break. Ancient creatures awakened in the darkness. Alina realized the truth too late. She was standing at the beginning of a war of love, betrayal, and blood. Alina could not sleep that night in Istanbul. Her mind replayed Vladimir's calm voice again. The city outside her window felt different now. Every shadow seemed alive, watching silently. She remembered Seraphine's burning red eyes. The word war echoed inside her thoughts. She was human, yet pulled into darkness. Near dawn, Alina left her apartment quietly. She walked toward Hagia Sophia as the sky faded. The building stood strong, ancient and silent. She felt drawn there, like a hidden call. Vladimir waited near the old stone walls. "You should not be here," he said softly. "You are already part of this," Alina replied. He looked surprised, then slightly impressed. "You do not fear the truth," he said calmly. "I fear not knowing," Alina answered slowly. They walked together toward the old streets. Vladimir spoke of ancient knights and lost wars. "This city was built over blood and secrets," he said as they stopped near a hidden door. Stone steps led down into darkness below. "The Urabetan cistern," Vladimir whispered. "An army sleeps under the city waters." The air grew cold as they stepped inside. Water reflected broken lights like dark mirrors. Tall columns stood like silent stone soldiers. Alina felt fear press against her chest. Suddenly, shadows moved between columns. Figures appeared, pale and silent. Vampires watched them without breathing. Serafina stepped forward from the darkness. "You bring a human into sacred ground," she said with cold anger and control. "She must understand," Vladimir replied. "She will choose," Serafina answered sharply. "Love or survival cannot live together." The vampires knelt as Serafina raised her hand. "This city will burn before dawn one day," she declared with calm certainty. Alina realized the truth in that moment. Her heart had already chosen its side, and betrayal was closer than love. Night returned to Istanbul with heavy clouds. The wind carried fear through narrow streets. Alina stood on a rooftop near Galata Tower. Below her, the city lights flickered like nerves. Vladimir stood beside her, silent and tense. "You should leave the city," he said softly. "I cannot," Alina replied without hesitation. "My heart is already inside this war." Vladimir turned away, fighting his thoughts. "Loving a human is forbidden," he said. "It always ends with death or betrayal." Alina stepped closer, her voice steady. Then teach me how to survive, she said. Do not push me back into darkness alone. From the shadows below, eyes watched them. Serafina observed from a hidden distance. Her plan was already moving forward. That night, the ancient council gathered. Vampires filled the tower in silence. Stone walls heard whispers of rebellion. Serafina stood before them, calm and cold. Vladimir grows weak, she said clearly. Love has poisoned his loyalty. Some vampires lowered their eyes in doubt. Others nodded, hungry for war and power. The city must be ruled, not protected. Serafina continued without mercy. A blade flashed in the dark suddenly. One of Vladimir's closest allies fell. Blood touched the old stones of Galata. The betrayal was complete and public. Fear spread faster than blood ever could. War was no longer a future threat. High above, Alina felt a sharp pain inside. She did not know why, but she screamed. Vladimir felt it too, and turned pale. The first blood has been spilled, he said. And it was spilled because of me. From that night on, trust was broken. Love became a dangerous weakness, and Istanbul chose the path of war. The night exploded with noise and movement. Istanbul screamed as shadows filled the streets. Vampires moved across rooftops like dark wind. Humans slept unaware of the war above them. Alina ran through narrow streets, hiding fear. She felt the city shake under her feet. Sirens echoed far away, mixed with silence. The war stayed hidden, but it was real. Vladimir fought near the Galata Tower. His movements were fast, precise, and deadly. Steel met claws under the red moonlight. He did not enjoy the blood on his hands. From below, the Yerebitan awakened fully. Stone gates opened under dark waters. Ancient vampires rose, silent and obedient. Their eyes held no mercy or emotion. Serafina stood above them like a queen. The city will bow or it will burn, she declared without raising her voice. The army answered with silence and loyalty. Vladimir felt the shift in the air. This is no longer a rebellion, he said. This is a conquest. He reached Alina before the streets collapsed. Stay close to me, he ordered firmly. I will not lose you tonight. They fought side by side in shadows. Alina learned to move, to listen, to survive. Fear slowly turned into sharp focus. At dawn, blood covered the old stones. The war pulled back into darkness again. Istanbul woke up, unaware of the night. Serafina watched the sunrise calmly. The first battle is done, she whispered, and Vladimir has already lost. Love had become a weapon, and the city was paying the price. The final night came without warning. Clouds covered the moon above Istanbul. The city felt heavy, like holding its breath. Every shadow waited for a single decision. Alina stood inside Hagia Sophia alone. Candles flickered against ancient walls. She felt small under the weight of history. Love had pulled her into a nightmare. Vladimir arrived silently from the darkness. This is the last safe place, he said. But safety never lasts in this city. He looked at Alina with tired eyes. If Serafina wins tonight, he said, Istanbul will belong to darkness forever. The ground shook as Serafina entered. Her steps echoed through sacred stone. This place has seen gods and kings, she said calmly. Now it will see truth. Vampires filled the space behind her. Their loyalty was clear and unbroken. Serafina raised her hand slowly. Choose Vladimir, she said coldly. Your love, or your kind. Silence stretched like a blade. Alina felt tears burn her eyes. She did not beg or scream. Vladimir stepped forward at last. I choose this city, he said firmly. I choose balance over power. Steel flashed faster than thought. Serafina struck without hesitation. Blood touched the floor of Hagia Sophia. Alina screamed as Vladimir fell. The world seemed to stop breathing. Serafina turned away without regret. This war is far from over, she said. This was only the beginning. As dawn approached, Vladimir opened his eyes. He was alive but forever changed. The city still stood, but barely. Alina held his hand in silence. Season 1 ended with broken trust. Love survived, but war had just begun. Stay tuned for Season 2.